Welcome to the Dent Report. My name is Andy Ruther, and I'm here with my talented co-host, Matthew Goldberg.
What's going on? Never mind Chloe, who's needs a little love, and it's so adorable. Andy with good doggies. If any single lady is watching this show, look how cute he is with the puppy.
Now, you have to remember, Matty, the majority of the audience is listening audio-wise. They're not visually going to see this on YouTube because
Okay.
for some reason they don't want to go to the YouTube yet.
Well, single ladies, right now, Andrew Ruther's with a puppy, and he's petting her, and it's so adorable, and it's so cute.
You missed the spot shaving. That's what I'm noticing.
Oh, I always miss spots.
You got like this long hair. It's so big. I wonder if I can zoom in on this. It's so
What
big.
side?
It's so big on your face.
I was gonna shave Saturday, but I forgot to shave. What side? Because I'll
It's
let.
right. It's right here. It's right here.
You know what I always miss? I always
Like
miss.
it's a long. Like you didn't just miss this hair. Like
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
You've missed this hair
For a month.
for like 3 weeks. How does your girlfriend not say, "Dude, you missed the long hair"?
I don't know. She never really goes after the facial hair much. Other stuff, but yeah, sometimes she'll finish shaving me. Like I'll shave and then she'll like get in there and just start shaving me. I'm like, "Get away from me." She's like, "No, you have to do it." So she didn't finish me this time.
Why do you hate shaving so much? Shaving's an issue for you.
I don't hate shaving. It's just like a pain in the butt, and I always miss spots. And I used to use like the hairy razor stuff, but I would always cut myself really bad. Like I'd always be bleeding. So I'm like, fuck that. So I just got an electric razor, and then I'm just like, whatever. I don't look at myself in the mirror, and I'm just like that.
Well, first of all, Harry's has never cut me. It's the
Yeah.
most efficient razors. Not yet an official sponsor of the Dent Report, but
Yeah.
I think they will be in the near future.
I hope so, and maybe I'll try it, and I'll be like, holy shit, it's changed my life. Like you guys are getting me some Flag and Anthem gear, and like I think I will bring Flag and Anthem to the top because you guys see how shitty I dress. If I look good in Flag and Anthem, if it works for me, it will work for anybody. So I think people will be like, oh my god, look how good he looks.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it because I never wear nice clothes. I have one pair of black pants I
So
wear.
you're actually excited to dress like an adult.
I'm excited to look good. Like people be like, "Oh my god, you look really good." I'm excited for that moment.
So then let me ask you this. What has held you back then from upgrading your wardrobe and your outfit then?
Comfortability. I love being comfortable.
Okay,
As do you.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
This dog, can I move this dog?
Sure.
Chloe. She wants too much attention. And I got to be focused. We're denting away here.
Yeah.
Stay over there,
Chloe,
Chloe.
there's the line, baby.
Yeah, there's the line, and you're out of
Yeah.
the camera angle.
Sure.
So, Goldberg, but you're trying to change your life around because you started a tuna diet. What does that mean?
Well, this is the second time I've done it. I went to the doctor maybe a few years ago, and they're like, "You're way overweight." And then I asked some guy about like, "How do you lose weight?" And he's like, "You eat a can of tuna for one meal, and then you eat a meal for the other meal for the day, and then no
Wait, what?
desserts." Yeah.
Repeat that.
So like you can either have a can of tuna for lunch or dinner, and then you have another meal. So you have 2 meals a day, and one is a can of tuna, and one is a regular meal, and no desserts, and then one cheat day. So yesterday was my cheat
Brother,
day.
get the fuck out of here with this cheat day shit.
I love the cheat day.
but-
The cheat day was awesome.
But I hate this shit. Just be disciplined.
Fuck that. I want a cheat day.
No, I hate this. Everybody, it's my cheat day. Hashtag cheat day.
Well, that's what I did on Instagram.
I know, and I know
I
you,
make fun of shit.
and I know you were mocking all
I
the,
mock
the
it.
basic white girls who do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But this whole cheat day thing,
It's the best.
just eat what you want. You don't gotta call attention to it. Like we're doing a cheat day. Cheat
I
day.
love it. It's so funny. I'm mocking it, but I'm enjoying it at the same time. Like I am having it. Yesterday was my cheat day. So I had sliders, I have fucking wings, I had ice cream.
So it's a normal day for you. That's like a
Yeah,
normal Matty
but
Goldberg
all right,
meal
but
day.
today, like, let's say if we go out to eat after the show or something, or we don't, or like I'll have a meal, that'll be my lunch, and then tonight I'll have a can of tuna, and that'll be it. And I eat it raw, motherfucker.
Yeah, I used to when I was like big into like getting like muscular and bulk up. I was
Yeah.
eating a lot of tuna.
Yeah.
I just think tuna's gross. I would put it on like a bagel or something, or like you said, just eat it raw out of the can.
Yeah, well, the lady says I have really bad breath after it. So you have tuna breath.
Yeah, you should brush your teeth after that.
Well,
How often do you brush your teeth?
twice a day.
You really do twice a
Yeah,
day?
but I do a shitty job.
What do you mean you do a shitty job?
Well, I don't really like get into all the nooks and crannies.
So
know?
do you care about
I kinda
anything?
go through the
You don't care
motions.
about how you dress. You don't really care about how you eat. You don't care about your teeth.
Nope.
What do you care about, Matty Goldberg?
We can't talk about sports, but I care about college basketball.
We can talk about sports.
I care about my girlfriend. I care about my puppies. I care about Dirty Sports. I do care about that. I love the whole brand. What else do I care about? That's it. I just like being comfortable. I don't give a fuck.
What's one thing you could not live without? If I said right now, Matty, there's one thing in this world that you can't have anymore, which thing would be the most difficult?
Coca-Cola.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love it.
Didn't you try to give up Coca-Cola?
Well, I was trying to a little, and I was like, fuck it. I need it. It's such a beautiful drug. It's like, it just tastes so good. Like, with like buffalo wings and a Coke, holy fuck.
What's the longest?
Some people like beer, though. Some people are like, I love eating like wings and beer, but I like Coke.
What's the longest you've gone without Coke?
Like maybe 2 days.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think we should do a Matty Goldberg Coke challenge.
All right. That's a possibility.
See how long you can go, and we need some sort of reward for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd do it for cash, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course you would. It all comes back to money with you.
Well, that's what
You
I
ever
was saying,
notice that?
but
it all comes back to money
But that's
with
what I
you.
was saying about the NCAA. It's like, why do, like, I send you an article today. I'm like, why, you're a $1 billion industry. Why are you fucking with your industry? Why are you biting the hand that feeds you?
Are you talking about the article that you sent me for dirtysports.com?
Yeah. So I like money, and everybody likes money. I mean, everything is based on money.
Do you think if you had more money, you'd be happier?
I'm comfortable. Everybody wants money to do more things, but I'm fine.
But the reason I'm asking you that is because you're such a simple person.
Yeah.
If let's suddenly say you were making six figures,
Sure.
you're making six figures a year.
Yeah.
What is Matty Goldberg gonna do with that money? Have you ever thought about these things?
Same as what I'm doing. I probably would. What I would do is like take a vacation with the lady.
Where would you go? Because you hate traveling.
I would go to. She likes Tahoe, so I go to Tahoe.
That's your vacation.
And then
Tahoe.
and then I would give her money to go to Europe with her mom. Like I go, here's money to go to Italy. With
This
her
is what we got to work on.
mom. Yeah, I don't need anything to do. I don't
but,
really.
But
need
hold on
anything.
a second.
I just enjoy what I enjoy.
You wouldn't go to Europe with her.
Maybe.
What's your deal with traveling? You
I
don't
just
want to
hate traveling.
experience new cultures
I
and
don't
new
need
places.
It. It's overrated.
But it's
Big
not.
deal. There's nice buildings. Who
It's
gives
not
a fuck?
overrated.
To me, it is.
Are you a happy person? I'm playing total shrink with you today.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
You think you're a happy person?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think you'd be happier trying new things?
No. I'm too old to try new things.
That's absurd.
I'm like an old dog.
That's
just
absurd.
Like, I'm like an old dog that's just
You're
like
Lola?
Yeah. Vida.
La Vida?
Yeah. Living La Vida Loco.
Who recently passed away? R.I.P.
Yeah. So
I
it's
think
like
I think I killed her with my bad
but
juju.
the thing is like you don't understand me, so you're like you get angry. You get like worked up.
Am I angry right now?
No, but you get a little worked up, so you don't really understand me, but like I don't judge you. I don't judge Prano. I don't judge anybody.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I don't.
We all judge each other. By the way, I hate that. Let me just get that out. I hate the term we don't. Life is one judgment.
Look,
no, hold on. Let me
right.
say my piece real quick.
Yeah.
I don't like the I don't judge you. We're all making judgments, whether it's on a date, whether it's on a specific type of food, whether it's going to a concert or sports event. We're all making. Isn't life one judgment though? I'm being serious.
Sure, but like you don't. I don't think you approve of my lifestyle.
No, it's not that I don't approve. I'm very curious. I'm perplexed at times.
Sure,
That's the
fine.
way that's the way we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just interested. That's why I asked you that question. That's why I said, Matty, if you were suddenly making good money, what would you do with it?
I don't know what I would do with it.
And your response was go to Tahoe, which you don't really need money to go to Lake Tahoe.
What would you do with it? What would you do with six figures? What would you do with $1 million?
If I had $1 million, there's a lot of things I'd do. I would upgrade certain things in my life for sure. My living situation, car situation. I'd put a lot of money back into the Dirty Sports
You
Network.
get like a studio. I see you buying a podcast studio
No, I like recording.
or building one in your house.
Yeah, I would maybe upgrade where I live. I would
Yeah.
definitely travel. That's important for me to go to different countries, to go see new things, new cultures.
See, I don't care. When we go to Vegas, we go to Paris, we go to whatever.
But we don't even do that, Matty. Let's be honest. When we go to Vegas, you stay in the same damn... Dude, we went to Vegas in December. You basically stayed in the Flamingo where we were.
Yeah, I'm a simple man. That gives me joy.
I'm not knocking that.
I love Vegas. I love gambling.
I'm just asking...
I love bad food.
Yeah, I'm just asking you questions on all this stuff.
Very simple things give me joy. Whereas some people are like, well, I had the money, I go to Nepal and fucking climb the fucking Mount Everest, and I fuck that shit. This is what I say that because we're on YouTube.
But you're so anti trying new things.
No, not anti. I'm just like, to me, it means nothing. And like, and I understand what I like. People are like, you're a fucking moron. You're a simpleton baboon. You're an idiot, and that's fine. But it makes me happy. I don't break the law.
But do you think that affects other things in your life?
No.
But I think it does. I think it. My point is, when we stay, this is all I'm going to say. And it is what it is.
Sure.
When we stay in our comfort zone, when we don't challenge ourselves, I think that inhibits us mentally, physically, emotionally, creatively. I'm being serious. So here's an example.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it because I just did it.
Yeah.
I did my first ever float lab on Friday night.
Uh-huh.
So I talked about it on Dirty Sports.
I don't even know what float lab is.
Well, I'll explain what it is. So, Joe Rogan's a big advocate of this, and I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan's podcast and Joe Rogan in general.
Yep.
So this is what a float lab is. It's called sensory deprivation. So you go in this tank. It's basically a tank.
Mm-hmm.
It has just a foot of water loaded with Epsom salt, which will help you float.
I love Epsom salt.
But here's the deal. The tank is 100% soundproof, and you're also putting in earplugs, and also pitch dark. And you're shutting a door. You're not locking it. You're shutting a door.
How long are you in it for?
You can go in for up to 2 hours.
And how long were you in for?
I did about an hour and a half. So you go, and if you have issues of claustrophobia,
how much does it cost?
It costs $40. And to me, it was a great experience.
So it's like getting an MRI.
No, it's not as
claustrophobic,
as small a space because you can fully stand up. Anybody could fully stand up.
Okay.
So you're in the water. So there is a float lab in Venice on the boardwalk. In L.A., this is the actual brand name, is Float Lab. There's one in Brentwood and there's one in Venice. So I went to one in Venice. They have 2 tanks. I go on Friday night. I got to just describe my experience. So I go, and I've talked about this before, guys. If you've been to Venice Beach, at night, the boardwalk, when the sun goes down, it basically turns into a zombie movie or a zombie TV show.
Yeah.
There's homeless everywhere. It's like a scene out of I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Yeah.
So I can't get in because, like, the boardwalk's closed off. It's one of those shops a little farther inside the boardwalk. There's homeless people everywhere. There's a security guard. I go, do you know how to get into the Float Lab? The security guard who actually works for Snapchat, because Snapchat basically owns all of Venice now. He's like, dude, I wouldn't walk around here by yourself like you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So he offered to walk around me. He goes, I don't even want to go. He goes, I don't even want to go near those homeless people myself.
Yeah, of course.
So he couldn't get me in. So I call the Float Lab, and the guy answers, and he has to let me in. And he literally is like, get in quickly. There's people around. I mean, again, it's like a zombie movie.
And what time of night is this?
This is about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I had the last appointment. Yeah. My appointment for my float lab went from 9 to 11.
Mm.
So we get in, and he explains everything. And there was another guy doing his first ever sensory deprivation appointment too. And this is what's great. And this is what I love about Venice. The guy says to me, I have work to do. Are you guys fine to let yourselves out? And I was like, look, dude, when you're floating, it's a whole experience. I go, I might be asleep. I might take myself into areas I never thought. Am I going to be able to hear? He goes, yeah, just set your phone outside the tank.
That's scary as shit.
Exactly. So he goes, set your phone outside of the tank. You'll hear the alarm. So
Did you have earplugs?
You have earplugs in. So I get in the tank. Let me describe my whole experience. And you're suddenly floating. You can't see anything. You can't hear anything. And at first, I definitely had some claustrophobia. I had, your mind is going elsewhere. Your mind is like, dude, if he locks this door, I'm dead.
No, are you sitting or standing?
You're floating. You're lying on your back.
Oh, shit.
Just a foot of water.
Okay.
but it's not that big of a space.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys can look it up. Just Google Float Lab or Google
Yeah, I
Float
wanna
Lab
look it up.
Venice, and you're not in that big of a space.
But it's enough to like you said, you could stand in it.
If you wanted to stand, but
Yeah.
you're not like.
I get it, but it's not like you're not that. It's like a box, but you can stand in it.
Yeah, the whole point is to relax. That's why it's called sensory deprivation.
Well, I'd be freaked out that like zombies would come in and like attack you while you're doing it.
Well, you go in the room, and that room has because you have to shower before you go in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you go in the tank, so to speak. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
called a tank or a lab, whatever it is.
Sure.
You go in that, and you start getting relaxed. After you get, like, for me, that, especially going at night, I had feelings of, dude, what if somebody locks me in? I'm going to die.
Yeah,
After I get through all those feelings. But again, that's why I was bringing this up. Feelings of putting myself in an uncomfortable position that I don't want to be in.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point. You're depriving your body of sight, of sound, of basically smell because of the Epsom salt. So, anyway, once you start relaxing, my mind was going to places I hadn't been in years. My brain was flooded with memories of going back to even from preschool to childhood to high school, things I might not have ever even thought about before.
That's pretty insane.
It was basically like a drug experience.
Have you talked to anybody else who's done it?
Uh,
Because I wonder if they have different thoughts, like they have different experiences, like in that situation.
I really haven't. So you're not supposed to touch your face because you don't want to get the salt on your face. So I accidentally did, and then it was burning in my eye, and I had to let myself out, and I had no clue what time it was because I had to.
Could you walk, or were you like stumbling a little?
You're really out of it, and I looked at my phone, and it said 10:17, and I got in at 9:30. So I had been in for 47 minutes. So I had to piss, and full disclosure, I don't care. They have no bathrooms in there, so I peed in the shower because I had to piss.
Well, everybody pisses in the shower.
Yeah. So then I went back in the tank. And I could go on as long as I wanted. And then I fell into a deep state again where I was so out of it, and I'm having all these insane thoughts, and I'm just really trying to relax. And then I faintly hear something, Matty. And I faintly hear it, and it's my alarm, and I'm so out of it. And it had been 45 minutes later, and it was 11 o'clock, and I got out of it, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. When I was walking home, dude, my senses were so heightened as far as my visual, my feeling and seeing and touching. Everything was so heightened, again, because it's sensory deprivation. Dude, it was an amazing experience. And to be honest, it's something that I'll probably do once or twice a month now.
Well, it's awesome. I mean, I don't know what to say. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, I would love to try it.
But see, I find that interesting.
Yeah, I would try that.
You who doesn't seem like you would try much.
I would take a little chocolate before it.
No, but that's not.
Is that cheating?
Well, the whole purpose of the float tank and the float lab, you don't want to go in my opinion, and I'm sure people
I
might go
understand
in
what
high.
you're saying.
You want to this is like a drug.
Yeah.
You want to experience it.
I mean, what I do and what I like to do in my pool, my hot tub, is I like to get in the hot tub. I like when it's really cold, the pool, and I go into the pool and I dunk myself and I go back in the hot tub. That's awesome. That's for me the craziest thing I do. But I mean, for you, it sounds pretty awesome. I don't know how the hell you got home, walking through the zombies, but
Well, I mean that's fine. I'm a big boy. I can handle. I'm in Venice at night all the time.
But I think like you had the best experience you had. Like it was worth the $40.
I mean, what's $40? My point is to put yourself in that position. I think is healthy. And again, Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. I have felt like a better person since I did that experience.
So how often does he do it?
Well, dude, he's rich. He has a lab.
He has it in his house.
He literally has it at his podcast studio.
That's crazy.
They cost like $40,000.
Jesus. And does he have like his guests do it?
I don't know. I'm sure some of his guests do it. You know, I don't listen to every one of his episodes, but I think what's important to me, and if you have one of these, every city probably has them now. I'm a big fan of it because of this. There's nowhere you can go, right, where you're cutting off all sight and sound completely. Think about that.
So you couldn't see shit. You can't hear shit.
You can't hear anything. You can't see anything.
I would go crazy because and there's another weird thing about me is like my mind wanders to like bad. It always goes to bad places, like negative shit, and I would not want to face that.
But that's
I'd be worried.
But that's part of the process.
And that's why when I sleep with like I listen to like prank calls or Eric the Midget, because like my mind wanders. So it's like, oh, I hear that and it's comforting and it's funny, and I fall asleep to something I find comforting and funny.
But don't you think that's part of the process? That's the whole point.
Yeah,
is
it's
that
hard.
You need to face bad. We all need to face bad things.
Sure.
But I think when you come out of that, you become a better person.
I guess. I mean, that's my way of dealing with things. Everybody's different, but
I don't
know
think that's
probably
healthy.
I take that's probably not healthy, but
you can't just ignore shit.
Yeah, but I fall asleep. I get to sleep. If I wasn't, I'd be like tossing and turning.
So you couldn't do this then, it sounds like.
I would try it, and then I'll see what the fuck would happen to me, but I'd be terrified. I know I would go to bad places. Like the other day, I was thinking about, I was trying to sleep. I was thinking about when I lived in Brooklyn, and I got mugged, and I used to live next to this gangster guy, and he once told me, like, he was like, give me a free book. He's like, I protected you from these guys. He really wanted to fuck you up for no reason. And I had your back, and I thought about, like, what would have happened if I got fucked up? And I kept thinking about it all night, and I was like, I need to listen to something.
So you got mugged?
Yeah, I got mugged.
When?
Years ago. 2008 or 2007.
Like, did somebody beat the shit out of you?
No, it was just like three guys really fast. Like there was like 5 or 6 muggings in my neighborhood at the time.
What'd they do? When you say mug, describe it.
Okay, so I was walking home around midnight, and they were like kind of like hiding behind something, waiting for like a guy like me to walk home. So 3 guys came up, and they know exactly what they're doing. Like, they just grab me, one guy starts punching me, and then the other guy goes through my shit, and then they take what they want, and then they drop me to the ground and then punch me one more time, and then they left.
Would they take your wallet?
They took my money, my cell phone,
your keys that were hanging around your neck.
No, they don't want to take anything that has any sort of my identification on it, or anything that like I can say like was mine.
Ah, so that's why they don't take the wallet.
No, they don't take the wallet. They don't take the ID. They take the money, the cell phone, and the subway card.
What were the guys' backgrounds? Like, what did they look like?
I don't want to get into that.
Jesus Christ.
3 African Americans.
Just say it's 3 black guys.
Yeah,
Why are you being such a pussy?
I'm just So
I'm just asking for the story.
Yeah, but I lived in a really bad neighborhood. So like my neighbor was this gangster dude, and he liked me a lot. But he like told me that like, those guys were gonna like fuck me up really bad. I don't know because maybe they thought like I was gonna say something or call the cops, and then he told them not to. So I was like,
so you didn't call the cops?
No. I just was like, it's over. What can I do? Just like let it go. I'm lucky I'm alive.
We need like a Matty Goldberg revenge movie.
No, it does. There's no revenge. Just shit happens, It was like what happened was like in my neighborhood, everybody's like, but 6 guys got mugged. 6 kids got mugged in like within like 5 days.
Yeah, but Matty, no. See, this is what I'll say. You not calling the cops is only helping those guys do it to more people.
Yeah,
you're basically, to be honest, you're the girl who gets raped by Harvey Weinstein. I'm serious. You're the girl who gets raped by Harvey Weinstein 25 years ago and doesn't say anything.
Sure.
And I understand it's a vulnerable, uncomfortable position.
Yeah.
But by not saying anything, it's perpetuating it to happen more.
I understand what you're saying.
Don't you think?
Yeah, but I don't think the cops could have done anything. I mean, I think it was like, it is what it was. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how dangerous where I lived, and like if somebody wanted to fuck me up, they probably could have really easily. And I just kept thinking about it.
What part of New York is this?
This is in like Williamsburg, like kind of like the edge of Williamsburg. That's not like the hipster.
I was gonna say because Williamsburg now is so.
Yeah,
it's basically like Silver Lake.
Square. Yeah, it's Silver Lake, but there are bad areas.
And that's in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So
I almost moved to Williamsburg a few years ago.
I know.
But I was gonna live in the
hipster area,
the hipster trendy part.
Yeah. So that's what happened. I was just like, I was just thinking about it, and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, okay, I got to put like some funny shit on to like black that out. So like my mind scares me because like I know you probably felt great that you felt like all you had was your brain, all you had was your thoughts, and you had no other distractions. But I need distractions.
Well, then again, it just sounds like you wouldn't want to do it. What if
I would do it because it
paid
sounds.
what if I paid for you to do it?
I would do it. I said I'm going to do it.
If we went together,
Yeah, we'll do it Sunday.
I could schedule. Well, let's just no. I just went.
Okay.
Let's.
But you invited me to Venice Sunday, so I'm like, why the fuck not, right?
We could Sunday, but
Maybe Miss Yukon and I will do it.
I in a way like that I did it at night.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear sound. You could maybe faintly hear the bass of a car, driving by, listening to rap music. But I think if you do it, it's still on the Venice Boardwalk in the back. I think as much as they would try to, squash the sound, I think if you did it during the day, I think you might be able to hear stuff. Like, my thing is I don't want to hear anything. So if you went to the one in Brentwood, it's not pitch dark. You could have music.
I would think of OJ.
You could have different lights.
I'd be like, this is where OJ lives.
Do you think of OJ every time you go to Brentwood?
Yeah, that's the first thing I think about.
I will say, I do think of OJ a lot every time I go to Brentwood.
Isn't it weird that, like, your mind, like, you can see the Brentwood sign, and it's just like, OJ.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah. You don't even have to say it out loud. It's just the first thing that pops in.
Well, every time I drive by Bundy, you turn on Bundy in Brentwood.
I see the word Bundy, I think of OJ.
I just think of OJ as a murderer.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the mind works like that. It's the same way with school. I think we talked about this when we went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, if I hear a song, it reminds me of where I was.
That was one of the best moments ever.
What's that?
That's what friends are for.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of a year if I hear certain songs.
Absolutely.
And where I was a lot of times in school and those sort of things. And it is crazy. But that's why I like this Float Lab because, like I said, your mind takes you
places that you never thought they would take you.
Yeah.
I guess you can't cheat. Like, taking edibles would probably be cheating. I won't take, and when I do it, I'm going to be stone sober, and I'm just going to let the mind take over and just, like, just let it be.
Now, I've definitely thought about doing it high. Like, because I live so close to it. I'm sure I'll try it stoned one time.
Well, if you go regularly, sure.
Give it a shot. You got to try different things. They just opened that brand new recreational weed spot across the street from me.
I might have to go shopping there on Sunday.
It's unbelievable, dude. So this is kind of funny.
So you don't need any card or anything?
No, it's now that it's fully legal here.
That's amazing.
So it was a medical spot, right? And it's directly across the street from where I live.
Are the prices high because they're taxed by the government?
Yeah, so this is what it was. So I went yesterday. You'll love this.
Yeah.
So I was going to swing by there because I like the weed pens. I was going to swing by there Saturday night, Matty, before our show.
Yeah.
So we had a show Saturday night, and there was a line because it's still pretty
out the window, out the door.
Yeah, I mean, there was a line. It's out the building. But here's the best part. They opened at 10 yesterday. I show up at 10:30. This just shows how stoners don't get up early. I went in 10:30 yesterday morning into the weed shop. There was one other person in there.
Got to go first in the morning.
Which I love that 10:30 a.m. is first in the morning.
Yeah.
So this is what it cost me. I got 2 different cartridges. I got, one sativa, one indica, one to relax, one to like where I can smoke and still work. Each cartridge was $35. This is the crazy part though. The medical marijuana tax was higher than the sales tax. So the marijuana tax was like $7, and the sales tax was like $6.50 or something. Anyway, so our sales tax, which is the highest in the country in California, is 9.75. It was a shade higher than that. It was almost 10%.
Insane.
No, it was about 10%. I think. I think that. Again, I don't have the info in front of me, but but that's how they're going to generate all the revenue.
Yeah,
is taxing the shit out of it.
Yep.
But whatever. So I left there. It cost me like $83 or something.
Yeah,
and I left with two vape pen cartridges.
You're basically paying like every time you go there $5 to $7 more, just so you don't have to buy a card and it's legal. So you're basically like it's like paying like $5 or $6 every time. It's like when you order food, you get it delivered, you got to pay $5 extra for a tip.
But also do the math. In the old days when you had to get a medical card, the medical card cost something for the year.
It's like $25, $30 for
plus
the year.
Seeing a doctor.
Yeah, so it's like $65 altogether.
So my point is that might even, a guy like me, I don't smoke that much weed. I just want to have stuff handy.
You'll get turned to Vegas.
Vegas, I'll be a disaster.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait. See, that's exciting for me. I know, and that's my comfort zone. I don't know why, it just is.
The degenerates.
Degenerates.
You know why Vegas is your comfort zone? It's because it's all guys like you rocking around in sweatpants who don't give a shit how they look.
Yeah, all
They don't give a
slobs.
shit how they eat. All slobs.
Dude, the breakfast buffets, the Johnny's Steak and Shake.
Johnny's steak, just steak and shake.
Steak and Shake. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. I'm smiling about it right now.
I know. Look at that. Look at that grin in the camera, showing how happy he is. There's a few things we didn't get to last Dent Report that I would love to talk about. Technology, Matty.
Let's talk about
technology. And I'm kind of fascinated where everything has gone and where we're going as a society, as a human race.
We're almost at 2020.
Because we're now so reliant on technology, which is, I think, a catch-22. It's a good and it's a bad thing. Here's an example. I have an Amazon Echo. So I got it as a Christmas present from my brother and sister-in-law. So, that's the little Alexa.
What's the Alexa?
That's Alexa.
Why do they call it Alexa? Why do they choose that name?
I don't know why they chose Alexa. That's a good question. I don't know. But the Alexa I have, and it's just, it's creepy to me in a way because Amazon is overtaking everything. And to me, that's the big picture. So,
are you afraid of Amazon because of that?
I am, in a way. I think we live, it's just so creepy. And again, I'm part of the problem. I'm not saying I'm better than this, guys, because I order so much shit from Amazon. This is a fact. Amazon is killing. They are destroying, and it will only continue to go this way, the commercial real estate business. So like little shopping plazas and little town centers, they're not going to exist in 10 years because they can't charge the low price that Amazon charges. So I order so much shit from Amazon.
Yeah. So
let's look at Amazon right now. Amazon bought Whole Foods. You order this is all the things that Amazon does right now. They're a live streaming device, right?
Yep.
You can watch content on Amazon, TV shows, movies. You can go now to Whole Foods, which they own. They also now have their own Amazon stores.
And they're also figuring out how they can just go in your house and put stuff in your refrigerator.
That's what I'm saying. So and then they have, of course, these devices like the Echo, which is pretty fucking creepy. So here's how I use it. I mostly play it when I'm in the shower, just play music. But also, if I'm taking a dump, think about this. If I'm taking a dump and I'll go, Alexa, give me today's news.
Yeah. Alexa
will just give me the news. Or Alexa, what time is it? Right? Alexa, what's the weather? And this is my only thing about the technology issue and where we're headed. I bring this up because I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that I'm too lazy now, Matty. Think about this.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to even pick up my phone and look up the weather or look up the news. Now I just say it out loud. Alexa, give me today's news. And they're hearing all that shit. And I don't know where that's going. Dude, that's going off to some database somewhere in Amazon.
Yeah, they can hear everything.
They can hear everything.
They probably hear you pooping and farting and shitting, pissing and talking, yelling at people and yelling at Scabelli and stuff like that. They probably hear it all.
I'm not yelling at Scabelli. I don't know where that's coming from.
Yelling at Matty G.
But I don't just yell at people when I'm by myself. Matty.
You yell at yourself.
Don't you think that's a weird problem, though?
No, I just think that
you're just accepting it.
I accept everything.
You accept that we live in a George Orwell 1984 world.
Yeah, because we were supposed to be that way. I'm shocked as being a 41-year-old man, and then when you're 12 or 13 years old, you're like, what is the world gonna be like in 2017? And you have this idea of the flying cars and the fucking, we're doing all crazy shit like Back to the Future 2 or some shit. I'm shocked that we don't have as more technology or more, easier shit that's going down.
You don't think you're saying you're shocked it hasn't progressed
even
quicker
more
at a farther developed
rate.
Like
flying cars where, you can snap your fingers and you're, halfway across the country or something.
But you're saying that.
In weird capsules or something.
We have driverless cars now. That's where it's at.
Very few people use them, though.
Dude, where's that going to be in 10 years, though?
Well, thank God, because I could use one, because I can't use my hands. So I'm down with that.
Look, again,
you're so afraid of technology, you seem, but it's like
I'm not
it
afraid.
is what
I
it is.
use it. What are we doing right now?
So what's the problem?
No, I'm not saying there's a problem. The reason I'm bringing this.
I know you're saying like big, my dad owned a small little shop, so he owned a little record store, so I understand that like the idea of like the computer and music and like even like the Virgin Records are out of business. They're all out of business. They can't compete with the technology that's going down. And unfortunately, it's just like this part of life that we have to deal with, and we figure out like how we can like people can make money or some sort around it. But
it's not even that. It's not even about. And I understand that that's how business works. That's how especially capitalism works.
Sure.
The new comes in. And the Walmarts and these big corporate.
Sure.
I can't even say the word. These big corporate companies come in, and the mom and pops are going to go. But here's what's creepy. Here's a perfect example. Do you know? And I don't know if everybody knows who's listening. Do you know if you have Facebook Messenger on your phone? Do you know that has access to the microphone on your phone? Did you know that?
That's scary.
You didn't even know that. So here is a fact.
So you don't have Facebook Messenger on your phone?
I do have Facebook Messenger because that's how comics, we all book each other through Facebook Messenger.
Oh, boy.
Here's the deal. My friend Kinner,
nice guy.
He's a
really,
comedian.
really sweetheart.
And we did that show at the hostel on Saturday.
Sure.
And Kinner had commented, I was wearing a new Flag and Anthem shirt.
Yeah.
And Kinner's like, yo, I like the new Flag and Anthem gear.
And he got like pop-ups on his phone?
Dude, he goes, I got a pop-up that night on my phone when I went to a website for Flag and Anthem, and then he texted me yesterday with a screenshot. He goes, I have not gone to Flag and Anthem ever.
Yeah, I mean, I told you the story about my buddy Jason. I go, nice hockey skates, and I got a pop-up of, like Bauer ice skates.
But that's my point, is that because if you have Facebook Messenger, it's connected, which then, I think you're missing my point.
Well, I have a different philosophy of life.
My point is this.
Yeah.
You're listening in on us, and then somehow that's connecting to a database, which then is going to push us towards advertisements. You literally are listening in exactly what I'm talking about. That's fucking creepy, dude. Dude, whether it's right or wrong, I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that is fucking creepy that it can hear every little thing. So if you're having sex with your lady, let's just be honest.
Somebody's probably watching it.
Whether they're listening or watching
and you know what? I hope they're jacking off to it. Enjoy yourself. Like you're getting, we disagree on this stuff because I'm like, you know what? Yes, this is all happening.
But what do we disagree with? I'm just talking about it. I'm not taking a stance.
Okay, here's my stance though. Is it happening? Yes. Does it suck? Yeah. Is it shitty that somebody can hear everything we're saying? Yeah. Is it shitty advertisers are using like every little word we're saying? Yes. But I'm going to say, you know what? Let's just enjoy our lives. We know everything sucks. We know everything is corrupt. Let's just enjoy our lives.
Yeah, but that mentality of let's just enjoy our lives. At what point did I will take a stance on this.
Yeah.
At what point did individual privacy have no regard? We're completely taking away your individual. Right now, as we record this podcast, my Facebook Messenger is on. These fucks right now, so fuck all you guys listening at Facebook can hear. They can hear this discussion. Mark Zuckerberg is probably somewhere locked in his own float lab as he listens to everyone's conversations.
And that's the bummer about, like, not to bring up the school shooter, but, like, if you're, like, spying on people and you got a whack job like him, like, how do you not do something about it? Like, if you're going to do this shit, do some good out of it and, like, look at all the whack jobs in the world and, like, take care of them.
Yeah, it's messed up, dude.
I mean, if you're going to do this, like me, I'm pretty boring. I like to watch sports. I hang out with my girlfriend. We have a good time. I like dogs. I don't say anything too crazy. I mean, I don't really say anything crazy except being silly. I'm just a silly guy. So it's like most of us are pretty boring. We live boring lives. So like, but it is what it is, man. I get that.
Yeah, but hold on. It's just you're just saying it is what it is. We shouldn't stand up for our individual privacy.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You're the same guy who says like the women's marches are useless. Like, what can we do? What can we do about any of
I
this
am the
shit?
same guy who said that, but what else? But what have I said?
What are you gonna do about it?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the women's marches
Yeah.
and other marches.
Sure.
A lot of times I say, what are they actually going to accomplish? But what have I always stood by that I've said would accomplish stuff is fucking boycotting.
So are you gonna boycott Facebook? Or are you gonna
No,
boycott your phone?
I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take a stance on
Because
it.
unfortunately,
But hold on.
everything is like, if you boycott the whatever people spying on us and Amazon.
Just for the record,
Yeah.
I did not have Facebook Messenger on my phone for the longest time because of this. I didn't.
Well, it is scary.
And the problem is, like I said, comedians book shows. Most of the comedy shows in this town are run by comics.
Yeah.
So comics only communicate basically through Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
So it was a necessary evil. So yeah, Matty, I just think most people aren't even aware. I bet there's a ton of people who listen to this podcast tonight had no clue that they could be listened in on simply by having Facebook Messenger.
No, probably not. I didn't know
I
that
bet-
until now.
Exactly. That's my point.
But I knew, like, certain computers, like, with you, if you have a camera, like, they're listening to you. You know? Like, I heard that about Chrome. Whatever.
Google Chrome.
Yeah, Google Chrome. Like, I heard about, like, if you have a Google Chrome computer and you're, like,
Google
cameras on.
Google Chrome is a browser.
Well, just the idea that computer or even our phone, like, they can listen to you. That's the word. Like, I've heard some of this before.
But that doesn't bother you at all. Like, I know that
It bothers me, but there's, like, it's the world we live in, you know? And I'm not about to fight the power. So it's like, okay, that sucks. It's shitty. I'm just going to live my life, but, like, I'm not going to fight the power.
Did you see these robots? I sent you this video a couple weeks ago. How creepy is this? I think we watched this. It's from Boston Dynamics. It's these robots.
Yeah.
It can now hold the door and open the door for each other. Look at this shit. Watch this video. It's so creepy. Look at these robots. These are moving robots.
That's pretty cool. It's like a dog, a headless dog.
That's what it is. It's like a dog. Watch this video. It's basically a dog. Again, you guys.
Some guy's going to fuck that thing.
Yeah.
Some degenerate's going to be like, I'm really horny. I'm just going to bang that.
Look at this thing. It's, again, you can Google it. Look it up on YouTube. It's from Boston Dynamics. This other robot comes along, opens the door,
See, I want a robot to do more shit.
and holds the door for the other robot that then walks in. Dude, this is like straight up out of a Will Smith science fiction movie. This is insane.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, it does, like, you're going to get a robot to hold the door. Like, I want a robot to make me, like, dinner and tea and shit like that. And, like you ever see Rocky 4 when they had that robot?
Of course.
And I'm like, that's what I want. Like, I want a robot like that like, fucking cleans and cleans my crumbs and shit like that. Holding the door is boring.
But Matty, I think they're.
You see, you're bothered by all this, but I don't give a.
I'm not.
I
I'm
don't
not.
give a
Look,
shit.
dude, you keep saying bothered. That's not the right way to
Yeah.
phrase it. What I'm just bringing to the table is the insanity of this stuff. Like, I just think it's kind of crazy. I'm not bothered by
Yeah.
it. Now I am, like, annoyed and bothered, I guess, by having my personal
Facebook,
rights
yeah.
violated,
Yep.
your rights violated. Everyone's, like, it's fucked up.
But my problem though is, like, if our rights are violated and it sucks, like, well, at least, like, take care of some shit. You know, like if you're spying on everybody and some kid is, like, talking about shooting a school up or doing something like that, like, fucking go get them.
See, you bring up a good point.
So, like, if you're gonna do it, use it for fucking good. Don't use it just to, like, jack off to some people having sex or some shit like that.
You always go back to that. I don't think there's that many guys jacking off to hearing you having sex.
Oh,
In
well,
fact,
not me. I didn't say me.
In fact, I
but
would argue no one is.
I didn't say me, but there's somebody out there that's jacking off that's working at, like, Facebook or something, and there's a hot couple having sex, and he's in a room jacking his cock off.
Man, you're getting really dirty.
I'm just having a little fun with this whole situation. I can't get worked up. I really can't. I just want to enjoy the rest of my goddamn life on this earth that's, like,
It's
so fucked up.
It's so funny you say that, though, but I know so many things that do work you up. You get worked up over someone's Facebook posts. You do.
In a shallow world, that's what bothers me. You know, so it's like whatever our little existence is, it's like so if I get annoyed by some of these Instagram stories, I'm like, oh my god, this person is exhausting, and I kind of hate watch it and stuff.
Here's what I learned about Matty. Matty, more than anybody I've ever met, loves to hate watch social media. Whereas I just ignore it. He loves to hate watch social media. Hate read, if that's what you want to call it. You love to go on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh yeah. Like I love like people I don't like. I don't want to mention any names. Like I'll go to their Twitter. Like Lena Dunham is somebody like I go to her Twitter all the time, and I love the comments. The comments are always great. You know, there's some other people that annoy the shit out of me, and sure I go to them more than people I like.
But you think that's positive for you?
No, I don't think. But you know, it is what it is.
But what do you mean it is what it is?
I said that a lot. It is what it is.
That's such a fucking cop out. Like that's hilarious that you say that. It is what it is.
All right, well, guess what? Tomorrow I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone and I'm going to Prague, and I'm gonna look at the art in Prague.
I'm not saying you have to do that. Look at you getting.
And
all
I'm gonna get all pissed off because, you know, it's 2017 and Big Brother's watching us.
2018, by the way.
2018. It's 2018 and Big Brother's watching us. I figured it would happen earlier. It was supposed to happen in 1984.
I'm just talking about things I think a lot of people aren't aware of.
Yeah, it's a little creepy, but like, you know what? Like I said, like use this shit for good, people. Like whatever you doing, Zuckerberg, fucking go after the school shooters, man, because there's a lot of creepy kids out there, and you have access to them talking about guns and shooting schools up. Fucking get them.
Yeah.
And don't jack off too much to people having sex.
By the way, when you do the float lab, one of the rules is you have to be fully nude.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the rules.
No way.
Fully nude.
Dude, I'd be so freaked out because I'd be like, is somebody going to come in here and see my little dick in the water? All shriveled up in the Epsom salt.
But I don't think you realize you go into a tank. You would know they would open the door.
Did you think about sex when you were in there?
I did a few times, and I'll be honest. The hands. Look.
Did you get a Woody?
Hold on. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Hold on. No.
Yeah.
Full disclosure. I didn't get a full erection, but the Epsom salt feels really good on your body, and it does feel good to like touch yourself.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like touching my cock, but you're rubbing your belly, you're rubbing your legs. And look, I'll be honest, because your mind is going everywhere. Did I think about past hookups or, you know,
hot moments?
Yeah, that I've had with ladies in the past.
Sure.
Yeah, I for sure have thought about that stuff.
That's pretty wild.
I mean, dude, you're in that tank
for an hour and a half.
Your mind is going to go everywhere from sex to childhood.
Somebody should make a movie about somebody in it for 90 minutes.
A serial killer thing.
No, just like.
Because I want to write that. I already want to write a horror film where people go into float labs and they get killed.
That'd be pretty cool. But I think like it would just be like somebody's mind for like 90 minutes, like going through their life.
Yeah.
And it'd be like this wild, like, you know, you don't know whether he's thinking about reality or something that didn't happen.
I think it would be
That'd be pretty cool.
You should write a movie script.
It's kind of a good idea. He goes in the float lab and then like he has these like this love triangle, but all this like murder and stuff like that.
How about this?
And he's killing people, and he's thinking about it, and you don't know if he's really a serial killer or not.
Jessica and Matty Goldberg combo, co-written, co-directed movie.
You bring up my sister because you're like, you guys have the weirdest relationship, and
you guys do,
and that's why you wanted to bring it up.
No. I brought her up because she's very successful.
Yeah, and
she has been successful with TV and movies.
Sure.
So you have a door, you have an in.
I don't think she takes me serious, but it's all good.
But that's a whole other discussion, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll talk about it another time.
I want to get her on the Dent Report.
I'll ask her. She might do it.
Can I repeat what our text conversation was? I'm going to, about your sister.
Yeah.
So I saw his sister had done a podcast, which, to put it blatantly, no one listens to. I saw she had done a podcast. I saw it had 8 ratings and 1 review.
She does tons of podcasts, though.
Okay.
Some are big, some are tiny.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So she had done just a no-name podcast.
Yeah.
So I texted Matty, why don't you tell your sister if she wants to do a podcast that actually has people who listen to it, you know, cocky, arrogant me, tell her to just walk in the basement and we can do it. Matty's response to me over text was, I'll pitch it to her, And so I wrote him back, pitch it to her. It's your sister. You're not making a pitch to like a celebrity. Pitch it to her. She lives upstairs. And then he wrote, maybe you should talk to her about doing the podcast.
I'll ask her. She might have fun with it because she'll have some good stories about me as a kid and like growing up with me and stuff.
Matty,
like
why
that.
would she not do the podcast? What would be? I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be mean. What would be her reasons to not do? The
I don't
Dent
know.
report?
She would do it. She would do it. I'll ask her. I don't even have to ask her. I'll just be like, "Hey, you're gonna do the podcast."
Well, no, don't be a dick
No,
about it.
I'll be like, "Hey, would you like to do the podcast?"
I want to make your relationship better. That is
But
my
I will
goal.
pitch. The one with the pitch is like somehow we have a lot of Path fans, which we do, and I'm like, we can talk a little about the Path and stuff.
Well, of
like
course
that.
we would talk about the Path. It's her
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, she's
She-
got another show coming out too.
Is it going to be on TV?
Well, it's a pilot for NBC,
Okay.
and it films in Boston, which is crazy, and it stars. Sorry, Stevie. I guess I can say.
No, Matty, you don't have to acknowledge every time the fucking dog. This is what does get
But
me
look
worked
at
up.
this sweetheart.
I know.
Steve.
Let me finish my piece. Every time the fucking dog jumps on me, you don't have to acknowledge it. You realize that, right?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
don't have
sir,
to acknowledge
sir.
it. Just let
Yes,
the dog
sir,
let the dog sit on my fucking lap. What
Yes, sir, sir.
Why do you have to acknowledge it every goddamn time?
Sorry,
sorry,
sir,
Mr. Dog.
sir.
Sorry, Mr. Dog. Just stop being such a fucking pussy. Just fucking be you.
Yes, sir, sir.
Dear God.
But you don't want me to be me. The whole time you're judging me, saying I'm in my comfort zone. I'm a pussy.
I'm just trying to push you in different areas.
Thank you.
I'm your fucking manager. You realize that?
Yeah.
I'm your unknown manager.
All right.
And we're going to bring on your old manager.
So yeah, you know the movie Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
The guy who played Booger, is that his name, or what was his name? The
Booger's
running
from
back.
Nerds.
Yeah. What was the running back? He had a name like Booger. I think his name was Booger McFarlane or something. No, that's on the
Matt
NFL.
Saracen? No, he was the quarterback.
What was his name in Friday Night Lights? Can I look it up real fast?
I forget his name. Yeah. He's the good-looking guy. Taylor
He's
Klitsch.
black dude. He's the main running back who hurt his leg.
Oh. I forget his name. Yeah.
I think he goes as Booger though.
No.
In real life, his name was Booger. Hold on, let me look.
He
this
hasn't
up.
done much since then.
He was on 13 Reasons Why.
I never saw
He
that.
played a guidance counselor.
I never saw that.
So yeah, he's the star, and it takes place in Boston, and like he borrows money from some guy.
Are you giving away the whole show that's not even out yet?
Yeah, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you should
But
probably.
he's the star. So she's going to Boston to shoot it, and it's going to be NBC, and it's a pilot, so it might not get picked up. It has a good chance, though.
Can we, not to sound like a douche, but we
Yeah.
should probably explain to people what a pilot means.
Yeah, his name is Booby, not Booger, Booby Miles. His name is Derek Luke.
So a pilot just means
They film it. One episode.
One episode. So the pilot is always the first episode.
Yeah.
Whether it gets picked up or not.
Sure.
Stevie, stop licking your. See, I will.
He's licking his taint.
Well, no, it just don't lick your leg. It's not healthy for dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pilot just means one episode.
Yeah.
Whether it's picked up or not, you still get paid.
Oh, yeah, she's getting paid.
You get paid some good money.
Well, you get paid just to sell it, and then you get paid more to make it.
Exactly.
So it's like double payday.
And then if it gets picked up after the pilot, it makes a
Yeah.
lot of money. All right, let's get to some. Sorry, Steve, you got to move. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
get to some dirtball calls. I'm sorry,
Dirt ball questions.
Dent head questions.
questions.
I should say.
Yeah.
Let's get to some dent head questions. Okay, we haven't done these for a minute, Matty. So we got a few sitting in the tank.
Sure.
Gino from Reno.
I love Gino.
Love Gino too. Great guy. Loyal supporter of the Dirty Sports Network. Hey boys, I got a question for Goatberg
Nice.
based on a dirtball call from DS. How was Matty like before his denting? What was your style like in clothes and whatnot? And how old were you, Matty? Sorry I haven't read your book, LOL. Did you have those anxiety issues and stuff also? Thanks, guys, and keep up the good work.
Great question, Gino. So where should I start with this?
Wherever you want, buddy.
So before I had a brain tumor, I actually was less ambitious. I got it when I was 20 years old, and I had no desire to do anything. I was going to community college. All I wanted to do was play poker with my buddies. My parents were pissed because they didn't want to do anything. And I know this is really crazy, but getting the brain tumor kind of got me off the hook of being a lazy piece of crap.
No, you know what? That makes perfect sense because
Yeah.
it put your life into focus.
So now, like, I get it, and then I have to go through. I went through a year of like relearning how to walk and all this stuff, and I was a vegetable for like a year. It was horrible. And
Wait, you're still not a vegetable now?
I'm like a better vegetable. So
You're a seasoned vegetable.
a seasoned vegetable. So then I really got into stand up because I was like, I got a second chance of life. I might as well do something crazy. And then I got really, really hooked into stand up. But before that, I was really into punk rock. I love sports though. I dressed always like a slob. I was the guy who wore sweatpants and like sweaters with wolves on it before that was cool.
So your outfit and your wardrobe hasn't really changed.
No, I wore really ugly khakis or really ugly sweatpants every day. I didn't give a shit. I always looked a mess. I even had a shower problem when I was in like 8th or 9th grade. I never showered, and kids on the bus would be like, "Did you shower today?" I'm like, "Nope." They're like, 4 days, you fucking animal.
What do you mean you had a shower problem? Why didn't you want to shower?
I just didn't give a fuck about showering. So on the bus,
But did you know you would smell bad?
I didn't
Matty, nobody wants to be this smelly.
on the bus, everybody be like, "Did you shower?" I'm like, "Nope." They'd be like, "Fuck it, what the fuck is
You know what I
wrong with
think
you?"
it is? I already know you. Knowing you,
Yeah.
you got off.
Yeah.
You got off on the attention of being the smelly kid.
I got off on being like, I give 0 fucks.
But you also got off on the attention that they gave you. If everybody's heckling you on the bus, you enjoy.
Oh, of course I did.
Because let's be honest, you enjoy being the outcast.
Look, when I was in 8th grade, on my bus there was a lot of like football players, like 11th and 12th graders, and basically what I do is like, other kids were like, "Fuck with them," and it was entertaining for me to like make fun of them and like go after them. And then I would run away, and then they would finally get me and punch me and shit. But I enjoyed fucking with them, and like the danger of like them like, you know, me sitting like 3 seats away, and then they can't get to me, and then they finally do. I enjoyed like the line of like getting my ass kicked.
Well, that makes sense. It's kind of like how your stand-up is when you do crowd work.
Yeah.
Like the other night.
Yeah,
at the hostel.
I went out. I said something funny about some guy.
You know you're gonna fuck with people.
Yeah.
And that's part of the comedy. Let me put it this way: you being mean to somebody,
they can't do anything about it,
is way funnier than me being mean to somebody.
Well, you're like this. You know, you're like, you got good posture. You're a handsome guy. You're well dressed. You're strong and muscular. Me is like, I can say anything and nobody's gonna fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like I used to do the bit where I said like, I got heckled. I find the biggest dude and I go like, I got heckled, and last guy that heckled me, I beat the shit out of him, and then I stare him down for like a minute. Like, we're not gonna have problems tonight.
I remember that bit.
Yeah,
it's
I just stare him down, and it works for me because everybody knows like I'm so scrawny. Like, yeah, it's a total joke.
By the way,
you can't do that.
Yeah. By the way, I'm looking at your shirt. I think you wore this the last 3 Dent reports.
I wore the tank top, and the guy who.
But you've worn this one. This one has cats on it,
and a cat and prescription bottles. 2 of the favorite things. I love animals. I love pills.
Yeah, that's healthy.
My sister bought it for me because she's like, you love animals and you love pills. So I found
Jessica
this
bought it for you.
Yeah.
Well, Gino, you got to read his book because he goes into more detail.
Yeah, I go into detail about high school and going through the brain tumor and comedy, but I appreciate it, and I apologize for the shot I took at you in Vegas when I said you were a cock blocker in Vegas day, but it was all fun. And we're in Vegas. You should come out and watch some basketball with us. That'd be awesome.
He lives in Reno.
Yeah.
And
how far is Reno from Vegas?
It's the complete opposite side of the state.
So it's not. It's like 5 hours.
Not even close.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I'm glad that you just always invite dirtballs out to hang out with us when we're on our trips.
Oh, you hate that.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Sure, I understand.
I just it's a weird fine line.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I know, because some of them like it's like Poop Sock or the guy who can't be named. Like he fucking fucked everything up for everybody.
Nah.
I used the poop. It's like the guy that you guys made a bet with. You guys can't make a bet with anybody ever again because you're like, that guy fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah, well, I would disagree that he who cannot be named messed it up for everybody. Again, it's just a weird fine line.
Yeah.
I'm not I love meeting dirtballs and denheads out.
Sure.
But when you invite them to hang out with us, I'm like, what? Like
I'm sorry.
That's That's and again, it depends on the guy. Like hanging out with Vegas Zay, chill, cool dude.
Yeah.
He's an adult. He gets it.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Some weirdos listen to us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in hindsight, can I be honest?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea for you inviting dirtballs to your house on a Super Bowl party?
Well, the one kid that came, Morgan.
No, you don't have to name names. Let's just, in hindsight. Do you think that's a smart idea?
Yes.
Because Tug Coker and I had an interesting conversation about this the other day, too.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Why is that?
I think for your brand, can I get real here or not?
The forum is yours.
Because I think maybe some of this stuff should be talked off air. For your brand, and I think for you guys, my philosophy of how Dirty Sports, DSPN will really work is a really great relationship with the fans. And I think it's like cool to know that like, hey, we can like hang out with the boys and like, you know, like some guys like, hey, can I fly from Oregon to come to the Super Bowl party? It would mean the world. I think for a lot of people watching it or seeing the videos and knowing that, it's like, wow, these guys are really fucking cool that they would do that.
Okay, well, my response to that would be this.
Yeah. And nothing bad happened.
I'm not. Hold on. I'm first before I start. I'm not disagreeing.
Sure.
With everything you're saying, I'm just going to give my take on it. I think we have made our brand, the whole Dirty Sports Network brand, has been based off a very close, intimate, weird lines, blurred relationship with the fans.
Yeah.
However, you can do that with also not engaging. There's a difference between meeting fans or doing contests where fans win something, or meeting them after a show, or say, hey, I'm in the area, can I take a picture? There's a difference between that and inviting someone into your house that hasn't won something for an event. I guess I'd put it this way. Do you think Howard Stern, who in a way, you know, I try to mimic the whole Dirty Sports brand off of, because I'm obsessed with Howard Stern, and I think he's brilliant.
I'm a big fan.
We both are. Yeah. He's brilliant.
Huge fan.
The guy is a fucking legend, right?
I'll say this about him.
But hold on. Do you think? Let me finish.
Yeah.
Is Howard Stern inviting Beetlejuice over to his house?
No.
So there's the difference. That's all I'm saying.
But this kid, my feeling was like this, and this is like my inner feeling was like, we made this kid's day. Like he'll forever be like, I went to the Super Bowl party. It was fucking lit. It was crazy. There was a hot tub. We had fun. The game was great. And then I got to listen to Dirty Sports and see it done live. And I got a fucking lesbian show. Like that kid has a memory for the rest of his fucking life.
I will have a memory of those lesbians. Hooking up in your bathroom after the show.
So, like, he got, like, the greatest day of his life, and I'm proud to give it to him.
But, Matty, you say that. I get that. But my point is, you're talking about one person. It can always go bad. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. And I think the guy who can't be named was, like, a disaster. And there's other people that have been disasters. But I think it's like you got to open we're Ellis Island, baby. That's what you're the boss. But my philosophy is we're Ellis Island.
Well, first of all, I'm not the boss. I'm not the boss of anybody. I'm just a guy trying to make something work.
I love Tug. But come on, Tug.
You don't even know what Tug said for the record.
What did Tug say?
Well, I'm not going to speak for Tug. I'm just saying.
And I love Tug.
I'm just saying that Tug
is awesome.
Tug Coker and I had a conversation about it. And I just think, again, my opinion is just, we can disagree, is that you can be, like I said, close and intimate with the fans, but without taking it to that level of just like, come on, bro. Anyway, speaking of the fans, no, you want to answer this one. You've been chomping at the bit to answer Will Kallenbach's question.
Yeah, and I like Will. He's another guy who just is like, hey, if I'm in L.A., can I take you to a Dodger game?
Well, again, I think some of that's – I think you're missing the point. Taking someone to a Dodger game is different than inviting someone to your house. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying with this.
Yeah.
Inviting someone to your house is a lot different. Hey, it's Will from Missouri. Love the show and can't wait for more podcasts. Okay, here's his question. One of my pledge brothers and good friends of mine really likes this girl. He invited her to our fraternity formal, and she said yes. At a party this weekend, so this is from a few weeks ago, just for the record.
Yeah.
This is from February 15th, so it's from about 10
But this is a question that could be a lot of people might go through this.
Okay, so this is the question. So his friend invited her to his fraternity's formal, and at a party this weekend, which his friend was not at, I saw her and started chatting to her. I asked her about my friend, and she said that she liked him only as a friend. Flash forward a few hours. Next thing I know, we were making out in the car.
Yeah.
Just as I was about to lay the pipe, one of my friends bangs on the car window, telling me that my roommate was in a fist fight. So I had to go deal with that. Jesus Christ. Who are you hanging around with?
Yeah.
She was the DD for the night, so I'm pretty sure alcohol wasn't infusing her decisions. She's been texting me nonstop and wants to come over this weekend.
Ooh.
Just me and her. What do I do? On one hand, she's a solid 7.5 and plays volleyball, so you know that ass is fat. Why you got to say that, Will? I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Like you know what, dude? Like,
stop trying to show off.
Yeah. Like, who are you to deserve 10s? Like, what is a 10?
But I don't. I'm serious in this. I've never. I rarely am like she, and I'll say it. I'm sure, and I'm sure I've said it on different podcasts. Like saying she's a 10, but that's just a compliment to a girl. I don't look at a girl. I literally don't look at a girl and be like, she's a 6.
But also be appreciative to any girl that want to hook up with you or like be physical with you. Like, be appreciative to her. Like, have a little appreciation. If you don't have any appreciation, just back off.
Well, I always say this. No guy is too good for any girl, and no girl is too good for any guy. So when I say that, I mean that anybody can date anybody.
Sure.
Anybody can hook up with anybody. So I don't like to be like, oh, she's a 7.5. Anyway, he says, you know, she's attractive. On the other hand, I don't see us dating, and my buddy really likes her and cares about her.
Yep.
What should I do? Should I fuck my friend's formal date? Dear God, just put it out there. Or lay low? Thanks, boys. Will from Missouri. Okay, so let's go over this
first, or do you want me to go first?
Well, let me just rehash this predicament, Matt.
Yeah.
So here's the
and it happens a lot.
It does happen a lot.
Like you like somebody sweats a girl, and I remember when I was in advertising, I liked this girl and I met her at the same time as this other guy, and then she liked the other guy. And he was just like, you know, kind of whatever, but I really liked her. But if she doesn't like me back, then it ain't meant to be.
So here's the situation. His boy in his fraternity likes this girl, asked her to his fraternity's formal. She doesn't like him. She's made that known.
Yeah.
She's already made out with Will.
Sure.
And again, this was a couple weeks ago, so who knows?
Yeah.
It's a fine line, dude. You don't want to be – here's the deal.
But can I say one thing? It's not like the guy, his friend doesn't own the girl. Like, it's not like I claim stake on that girl, and therefore
I'm not saying that his friend, nobody owns anyone here.
Sure.
I think that it is a fine line, though. How close are you with this guy? Do you want to burn a friendship over a girl
that you don't even really like?
So I look at it this way. There's lots of girls you can have sex with. There's lots of guys she can have sex with. Date, hook up, whatever you want to call it. My thing is, how close are you with this guy to want to burn a relationship? But I also get what Matty's saying, like, dude, if you want to hook up with her, hook up with her. It seems like she wants to hook up with you. But no, there's going to be ramifications.
But I'm going to throw something out there. I think, and he didn't put it, he tried to like make it as clear as possible. He's not really into her. I think he is into her. He's just like
trying to be cool.
Yeah. So I think he's into her, but he's acting like he's not into her because he's too cool to care for somebody at that age. Like, I'm 20, I just want to fuck around. I don't even know how old he is. So he's just like, I'm going to be the badass. But I think he does have feelings for her, and he doesn't really know how to deal with it. And on top of that, he knows his friend really likes her, but I think he does.
Matty's going way far. I don't know how.
I'm going deep into
I don't know how from
mind.
A direct message you determine that he's into her. We don't know.
Because you can read, there's certain things you can read in
what
words.
What in that message shows that he's into her?
Denial. And I know that sounds crazy, but I just know guys that are like that at that age, and they're like, no, I don't like her, and they secretly do. It's a way of like dealing with possible rejection. It's a way of dealing with, like, you know, having real feelings at that age. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but psychologically, in that letter, I feel that he does have feelings for her in a weird way. And that comes from his absolute denial and kind of knocking her.
Well, I was in not the same situation, but somewhat similar.
Were you the guy that the girl liked?
In college.
Yeah.
No, it was just a random night. So my fraternity had a party with another sorority.
Yeah.
It was at a bar in St. Louis.
Sure.
Ironically, I got kicked out of that bar because I dropped my pants and was dancing around with my cock flopping out.
Yeah.
And they
Ruther style.
when we sung "That's What Friends Are For,"
Yeah.
I showed my full Johnson, and they kicked me out. And I was like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Dude, you can't show your penis in public." I'm like, "We rented out this bar. It's a private party."
Yeah.
The guy's like, "You still can't show your penis in public." Anyway, that's besides the point.
And he's knocking me all show, and he's taking his dick out in public.
I still do it. You'll probably see my dick in Vegas.
Yeah.
So anyway, that night my buddy wanted to hook up with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And this is to this day one of my best friends.
Yeah.
If he's listening, he'll remember this. So he wanted to hook up with this girl. She's really pretty. She was a sophomore. We were seniors.
Yeah.
And I basically was like drunk and didn't care. And then I started like dancing on her, and I think we started making out.
Yeah.
I basically ignored my buddy. And again, this is one of my best friends to this day. Love this guy so much.
Was he watching this?
Yeah. So he got pissed. I think he left the party. I go back to her dorm room. We fool around, and again, this is one of my best friends, dude. We didn't talk for a few days.
Sure.
And every time I go over to his apartment, because a bunch of my other buddies live
Yeah.
there, every time I go over to my apartment, we didn't talk, and he didn't want to hang out with us. So after maybe like 5 or 7 days of not talking, I finally wrote him a long letter. Because that's how I do it, dude. I think it's important to write people things.
Yeah.
So I wrote him a long letter how much my friendship with him mattered. Because at that point, we'd been
Sure.
so close for 4 years.
Yeah.
How much my friendship mattered. And I don't remember exactly what I put in the letter, but, you know, like, I didn't have to do that. And it's true. I didn't. Like, why risk, you know, I was being selfish at the time. We were probably both being selfish. But why risk a friendship just for a one-night hookup, which is basically what it was.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a long letter. Of course, we made our amends. We're still best buddies to this day.
Yeah.
So that was the situation I was in. So that's why my point to him is, you know, there will be ramifications, whatever you do. Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you do hook up with her, if you do start dating her, just know that. But also, I agree with Matty's point, too, of being like, dude, this guy can't just have all dibs. He can't just say all dudes are off limits.
No.
Because this girl's opinion matters too.
Exactly.
And her feelings and what she wants to do, it's just as important.
And if she doesn't like you back, like, why would you? I know guys, like, they get fixated with girls, but if the girl doesn't like you back, like, she's probably never going to like you back. Like, the whole philosophy of the girl, a girl put it best one time. She's like, in 10 seconds, we know whether we're going to sleep with you. Like, we make that decision, then it's your job to either fuck it up or not fuck it up. So they really know, like, who they're attracted to right away. And if she's not into you, she's not into you.
And I think guys know too. Don't you know? I think guys
Sure.
I think guys know within 10 seconds or not that they would hook up with somebody.
I mean, it's a dicey situation sometimes.
Well, you got to remember, it's a guy in your fraternity. Like, you're hanging around this
Yeah.
You're hanging around your frat brothers all the time. I don't know if you guys are living in the same house.
I think you should tell him too. He's just like, look, the girl you're into, like, we made out. But I mean,
I think you guys should have a devil's threesome.
Yeah. I remember, so I'll tell you a story. I was on the other side of it. I think I might have told this story once, but so I was in advertising, and we had like there was like 2 offices. So we went to the other office, and there was this intern, and I thought she was like so cute and funny and adorable. And like my buddy he was like my partner I worked with. And it was weird because as I was talking to her and I was like laying the rap on her, he kept being like, don't you have a comedy show to go to? Don't you have a comedy show to go to? Not knowing what that meant. And I had to leave early, so I left around like 8 or something. And I got her like, you know, Facebook and stuff like that. And the next day I start like chatting with her on Facebook Messenger. And like out of nowhere, she's like, I made out with blah, blah, blah last night. And I was just fucking crushed. Because I was like so like excited, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like trying to lay the Matty G, you know, charm on her. And then like hearing that, it like fucked things up. And like I just was so mad at that guy.
Yeah.
And then I got over it, but I was really hurt in the sense because he knew, like, I was like, wow, this girl's so cool. Like, I really dig her, you know? And he knew that. And like, it's weird because when you say that, you feel like everybody's going to back off, but it's up to the girl, too.
My motto always been honesty.
Yep.
That's all I preach, guys. That's all I can preach. We've all been in situations where we lie or we're not fully transparent, but just be honest, dude. That's my last take. Let him know what happened. Let him know, look, dude, she straight up told me, I know this sucks to hear, I don't think she's into you. I know that's really rough for your friend to hear, but he should hear that.
Yeah.
Let him know that you made out with her. Let him know where you're coming from. Because above all, honesty in the long run is your best bet.
And also, like, don't act like she's not good enough for you or like she's beneath you because she's on the volleyball team or some bullshit like that. Like, appreciate all the girls that want to be with you.
Well, I just don't like when people say, why can't we just say, again, it goes for both genders, guys and girls. Why can't we just say, I'm not into that person or I'm not attracted to them? We don't have to be like, oh, he's a 2. I would never hook up with him.
Yeah, like she's a 7.5.
Yeah, I'd never, like, just don't do that. Just be like,
Ugh.
I'm not into her or I'm not
Yeah.
into him. It's
Yeah.
fine. Let's
she's a 7.5. Like, that's not good enough for me. Like, if I'm really drunk, I might do a 7.8, but I only do 9s and 10s.
Yeah,
Not even 9s.
Let's be adults. Well, guys, those are the questions. We appreciate them. Again, if you guys want to have any of your questions answered, go to the Dent Report on Twitter, which is @Dent Report, or slide into our Instagram messages @Dent Report also, or you can email us with a longer question at thedentreport@gmail.com. We need to do our 50 Shades of Dent.
Oh, yeah. So do we have a theme?
We need to pick a theme. We were gonna go with our boy Charlie Ryan's
Olympics,
but the Olympics are over. And I just think we
Yeah.
got to keep it topical. So if you have an idea for Matty and I's, what are we going to call it? Our
What?
romance
What my idea?
fiction, our
Yeah.
50 Shades of Dent. If you have an idea for it, DM us, tweet at us, email us. We'll pick one this week.
And my idea was this, is that we'll both post the 2 stories on dirtysports.com without our names on it, and then we'll have like a poll that people judge which
Well,
is
we can't create a poll on the website.
okay. Well, can we figure something out where people can pick one or the other? And we want ladies. We want some denty ladies to do it because that's like to get the ladies going with these stories is more important than dudes. In my important.
You want to get girls feeling nice and warm down below.
Yeah, I feel like they should be the real judge.
Can I be honest with you, Matty?
Yeah.
I will fucking crush you in this.
We'll see.
I am going to be so arrogant. I think when it comes to writing this stuff,
Yeah.
I think I will absolutely wipe you off the floor.
Have you ever written the one to a girl before?
Yeah, isn't that what sexting is?
Well, no, like a story. There's a difference between like sexting and like writing like a story.
No, I haven't sent a girl like a love novel,
Well, I have.
Okay.
So I got a little more experience than you.
Oh, okay. Well, it's on. So again, guys, DM us at Dent Report on all social media or email us at thedentreport@gmail.com. Goldberg, it's been a pleasure.
Oh my God, this was fun.
Dent heads, keep supporting the show. Seriously.
iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews. Matty knows how important they are. Drop us 5 stars. Drop us a review. Please support the show. It takes 2 seconds. Just drop us 5 stars. Drop us a review. And you can't swear in the reviews. And a lot of them are just, it's funny. The theme I keep getting is they like to diss both of us,
But love us.
but they love the show.
That's cool. As long as you love it.
Yeah. So follow Matty at Matty Goldberg1 on Twitter. You can follow me at Andy Ruther on Twitter. And again, everything about the show, this whole video will be posted up on YouTube. So subscribe to us on YouTube or go to dirtysports.com.
Stevie's a star.
Yeah, so get my boy's book over here, all available at mattygoldberg.com. Okay, guys, that is the show. Thank you for listening. And try new things, right, Matty? Let's all get out there and try new things.
Try new foods. Go to an Ethiopian restaurant today.
Yes, go to an Ethiopian restaurant. All right, Den Heads, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys soon.